Hi. Oh, this is working good. I'm Cindy Woodbury. Very low tech, so I apologize for this. I'm going to have to do everything with my computer sitting still and me moving around. Um, I am new to San Diego. I've been here 2 months, but I came from East Texas for health reasons. So I left everything behind: my house, my yard, did bring my dog, everything basically. And whatever I could fit in my Honda CRV is what I came with. So I'm in a new place where I didn't know anybody in a furnished little 700 square foot casita, which is lovely, but it's a whole different life. I'm literally starting from scratch in the sense that I don't have family out here or anything. So I'm here's the stuff. I can tell you a little bit about what I did before I got here, but this is kind of what I have to work with now. I was in a very small church that was without clergy for 3 years, and so I took up a lot of space in a small church. Kind of filled the holes that were left behind when all you have is supply priests. And so it was a wonderful church, wonderful congregation, and I got a chance to do a little bit of everything: women's ministry, Bible study, spiritual adult spiritual formation classes. I pretty much did everything except children's ministry at one point or another. And I won't change it for anything. Although it was a hard way to go, not having a priest. They finally got a priest August 1st. Thanks be to God. So anyway, I came out here for health reasons, so I'm kind of focused on that and haven't committed to anything in the 2 months I've been here except this. So this is my first commitment to the Fuller cohort. I was at Fuller in 1995-96 time as in the spiritual direction cohort. I didn't finish because at the same time I was raising my magnificent 25-year-old daughter who's special needs, who is the cat's pajamas, and lived with me most of her life. She's currently living with her dad, but I had my hands full and loved being at Fuller. I just couldn't do the 60-mile commute and the motherhood thing at the same time. So I am a certified spiritual director. I was trained later by a Mennonite, which was a very interesting look at it and changed my feelings about church in general, how church functions in the world, and how God sees the world, maybe. I'm also a graduate of Renovari Institute for Spiritual Formation, which is another bunch of Fuller ties because a lot of those same folks do things at Fuller, I think, in the DMIN program. So here's what I brought in the back of my car when I had to leave everything. I should say I kept 1/3 of my library, which was shipped media mail. Had to keep the books that had notes in them, and 1/3 of my wardrobe. Other than that, I may as well be 18 getting kicked out of my mother's house like I really did when I was that age. Here we go. So what you see here is the contents of a CRV, and I did bring 2 frying pans, which I didn't put out. But these are the things that I found out mattered to me in the end, and most of it is combination of unbreakable, spiritually motivating, soothing, and art inspired or inclined. I've got up here these wonderful beads, wooden beads, and they're not rosary beads, but they are a reminder that I need to have rhythm in my life, especially my spiritual life. Um, I have a couple of examples, like over here. Whoops, there we go. That and down here are some examples of how I spend my time in prayer. These are drawings I did doing contemplative prayer. I also brought some videos, although I didn't bring a DVD player. Duh. I brought Moonstruck for your consideration, Best in Show, and If a Man Answers. This is so funny and so good. I highly recommend it. I also bought my complete set of Jeeves and Wooster, British satire. It's Dr. House before he was Dr. House. Anyway, LA Times crossword puzzle book. A painting over here, whoops, that I know nothing about, an oil painting that I really loved. And the wreath behind my drawing over there is the driftwood wreath off my front door. Up in the windowsill are Mary and Joseph, a couple of carved deer, and a tree. And over here we have Joy and Hope, which are mosaics made by a friend of mine that I met on Instagram. As my wooden chalice. and my stained glass panel that for whatever reason I couldn't leave behind. And the other thing is, actually, you can't see it very well, but the rug that I'm sitting on right now, for whatever reason, I had to fold that thing up and bring that in the car. So that's what I brought. My life now is wide open as far as what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it. I haven't committed to a new church yet, although I am attending an Episcopal church, but I'm driving too far. There's plenty close, but I haven't visited them yet. And I think I'm about to visit the cathedral downtown. I've never seen a cathedral before. So, um, anyway, that's most of it. I'm a spiritual director with a specific call to clergy, although I sit with anybody. And I frequently do retreats where I'm the spiritual director in residence, doing what I call hit and run spiritual direction, where you see people for 45 minutes you'll never see again. So that's a whole new experience. Anyway, I'm in a part of my life that looks like it's going to be about contemplative prayer and art. I can't wait to meet you. I'm looking forward to being part of a new community. Bye.